Now let's get it started. Let's get it started.
Play ball! Chelsea will play Palmeiras in the other quarterfinal game. Remember, Chelsea signed another player, Pedro, Joao Pedro, and he has joined the squad for the quarterfinal game. It's going to be an interesting game for Chelsea because Chelsea have a more easier path than other big teams to reach the finals of this Club World Cup. If they find a way to beat Palmeiras in this game,
they'll be in the
semi, and they're going to play either Fluminense or Al But in this particular game, you cannot write off Palmeiras in this game because these Brazilian guys sometimes their head they hot, and they have a young star there, a star that after this tournament is going to move back to Chelsea. But what do you think will happen in this game?
Yeah, look at it now. These are players that have come done and they are about to do more because look at where they came from. Beating again a Botafogo who were solid on their ground. Botafogo beats by PSG. You get these people won against those teams and I think they have a good structure, offensively and defensively. They play a good football. They play compact football. You see the way they run and they are always on their toes, 247. Look at their last game. I think in their last 3 games they ran more, they covered more distance than the position team, played more football. Though it was a big team as well, but you see the way they played. And that's the way you could say if Chelsea cannot be on their wheat in this game, they are going to outrun Chelsea, and if they outrun Chelsea, they are going to.
Joe Maresca is building something. If he wins this tournament, it's going to be a plus for him after winning the Conference League. But they are buying a whole lot of players. They are already agreed for Gittins to come after this tournament. But Gittins is still playing with Borussia Dortmund. After this tournament, he's going to join Chelsea. And Pedro just arrived and he started training with them. Day before yesterday, he started training with Chelsea. But against this, they have I won't call it an easy game, but they will prefer them like to play PSG or Bayern Munich. Do you understand? But in this particular game, what do you think will happen for Chelsea in this game?
First, let's talk about Enzo Maresca. Maresca right now, I don't know why his name is in my mouth, but Enzo Maresca right now looks like a juggler who is juggling 2 balls, and then all thought ball he does is just throw 5 more, 6 more, 8 more, 10 more into what is juggling, and he has to keep up. Right now, this is why sometimes you don't move to a club when you don't have bargaining power. Now we are talking about the squad being bloated even more. We are talking about Joao Pedro coming. We are talking about the potential for Gittins coming. We're also talking about, since he finished top 4 last season, any drop off this season, his job is at stake. We're also putting it side by side with the fact that Chelsea have been inconsistent in performances in games, right? Because you see them start, they concede a lot of goals, and then sometimes it's hard for them to get back into the game. So in this encounter now, it's pretty simple. I think by now Maresca should have a bearing as to who his first 11 is, and in that situation, Joao Pedro is on the left, Neto is on the right, and delap is up front because this man is still out, right? And you have the dynamic trio behind them, talking about Enzo, Caicedo, and Palmer in that setup. Fantastic setup. I still feel the defense needs a lot of work, but in this game, it's back to the fundamentals, performance levels. If you are going to turn up on the night with the leg you used to escape your last game, you are going to be in problem. And that's another thing, because these guys are ball playing. Let's not forget, Palmeiras are ball playing. They are a ball playing team. They know how to progress the ball. They know how to hold possession. In fact, you have to come and fight them off possession. And then secondly, it's what happens when you concede that shock goal. What happens when you are winning and you do not press your momentum, because football is all about momentum. It's all about performance levels. And then secondly, it's all about making key opportunities count.
Okay, now delap. I think Jackson is back, so I think delap should have to start in this particular game. What do you think, delap or Jackson?
Should start. delap should start.
Delap should still start in this game.
Yes.
I'm interested in that boy, Estavo, when he plays. He's playing against his parent club, obviously. When he plays
against his future
he cannot be thinking about Chelsea right now.
He needs to just
because he will never play for Palmeiras unless in another decade, right? So
come on, if he flops, he goes back to Palmeiras. It happens like that for most players. They go to a big club, it doesn't work, and they move back
another
to
club in Europe could snag him up. So coming back to what I mean by saying that is that he should enjoy his final games with Palmeiras and take it all in, because it's going to be a decade before he may be back.
Okay, thinking about this Joao Pedro again, if I look at it again, I think it's the same caliber of player with Felix. Felix. If you look at
Joao
it,
Felix.
Joao Felix. If you look at it, it's not in number 9.
He's not a number 10.
And it's not a number
And
10.
he's not a winger.
He's not a winger.
He can just play anywhere.
You don't understand? It's somebody that plays basically behind the striker, just like Joao Felix. So they keep buying the same kind of play. That's why the thing about Chelsea is always sometimes I don't understand it. They always make the same mistake because if you look at it, what is the difference between Joao Felix and Pedro? Just age, maybe. Both of them are similar kind of player, but let's see. But in this particular game, Chelsea will play Palmeiras in the quarterfinal by 2 a.m. Nigerian time in the morning. It's actually Saturday 2 a.m. But let's see what happens in that game. Let's get your prediction in that game. Chelsea to play Palmeiras. Who goes to the semi-final of that game?
2-1 in Chelsea.
2-1 for Chelsea.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say for that one. I won't say anything. I'll just observe.
Okay, let's see what will happen in that particular game.